everybody, welcome to Movie Mavens. I'm Carsen Green.
And I'm Annie Janes. You're listening to our Movie Mavens Diary.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear what you've been watching, Annie.
Yes, well, I checked out the documentary on Max that everybody's been talking about. The internet is ablaze in commentary on Quiet on Set. Did you check this out?
Yes, I watched, I think, the first 3 episodes. I believe there's 5. Is that right?
When I watched it, there was 4, but they talked about, I feel like I heard some news that they were maybe gonna make a 5th one.
Potentially releasing next week, I heard.
Oh, they're just throwing this thing together.
Yeah.
That's neat. I wonder why they did it like that.
Okay, actually, wait, let me tell you why I think they did it like that. Is because they did not... Okay, I think that Drake Bell's team did not account for the backlash that he would receive about the allegations and the charges that he has had in regards to literally like child endangerment and that sort of thing.
So you think it's addressing that stuff?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of glossed over.
I can't see how else it would continue, yeah.
So this documentary, if y'all don't know, is like it kind of exposes the toxic culture that was happening behind the scenes of iconic 90s and early 2000s Nickelodeon shows, ones that Carsen and I'm sure it was like a part of both of our lives, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. I was a big fan of all of that, and I was a bigger fan of the Amanda Show. I thought she was so funny, and I loved how weird it was.
Me too.
I did. Yeah. I definitely watched Drake and Josh, and I did watch a little iCarly, and that's kind of... iCarly was like, I feel too old for this, sort of, and that was the last thing that I participated in out of the shows mentioned. What about you?
Yeah, exact same. All that, my mom used to let me and my brother stay up
to watch
until 9 o'clock, I think, to watch it. Yeah, because it was like kids SNL. I don't remember if they said that on the show, but that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and thinking about it, I thought that was the coolest fucking thing ever as a kid. Yeah, and I do love the idea of like a show filled with kids doing funny stuff for kids. The problem is that it didn't turn out that way, to the point where this documentary made me question, should we even put kids in Hollywood at all? Like, should we just like blanket ban guns, like blanket ban kids in Hollywood?
We've seen how child actors have turned out across the spectrum. You know, I think about people like Macaulay Culkin, who he had huge stardom, massive success, and he ended up emancipating when he was like 16 or 17, and he had to sue his parents for all of his money. I don't think that kids have enough rights in Hollywood specifically. And yeah, I mean, this is like dangerous things can happen to them. This
movie or this documentary like makes me just really wary of like every single person, every single man, basically.
Yeah.
Like as if I wasn't, but like to another degree where I'm like, wait, I feel like this movie made me be like a crazy conspiracy minded Republican for a moment where I'm like, everyone's a pedophile, except really.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. I mean, it's like it certainly adds another layer of like predatorship, because I feel like any man can be dangerous for women, but like it takes a very specific type of evil person to also be dangerous for kids. And yeah. I appreciate that it was talked about and exposed in this way while he's literally still alive, and he watched it.
Yeah, he did. And so the he we're mentioning is Dan Schneider, who the ick around him came out a few years ago, honestly. People started resurfacing old clips of Ariana Grande in Victorious and how fucking weird they were. But that isn't all that the show is about. It's also about like how women were treated under him, and how there was 2 more instances of like pedophiles on his shows.
Ugh.
And one of the victims was Drake Bell. Will you be watching the 4th and 5th episode?
I don't know, honestly, if I can handle it. It's like very heavy. It's really, really traumatic. Not only like hearing firsthand accounts, but also, I don't know, just like having my memories fucked with in that way is just really strange. I don't know. Do you think I should watch the 4th one at least?
I don't like the idea of your memories getting fucked with. That is like a bummer.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like if it affects you like that, I would say not to. One of the things that struck me that I think you would have seen was about one of the kids on All That, how he was fired because his mom like was made too much of a fuss, basically. Like she just was like,
I did see that.
Yeah. So yeah, she basically made too much of a fuss. She was too annoying. But she did it because she smelled something. Like she knew something wasn't right. And she was protecting her son. But at the time, her son was like, Mom, you're ruining my life. You got me fired from my dream because you're loud. And then later, but like she knew something was wrong. But then later for him to realize that like what could have happened if I wasn't fired, like that was just so upsetting and just like so much trauma for a child to have to deal with.
Right. Yeah, I think like that's part of what is really fucked up about having kids in Hollywood is that they in some instances like they can't advocate for themselves, but then they also cannot even have an advocate for fear of retaliation. Like, you know, this mom was making some noise and she wanted answers and she was trying to advocate for the safety of her son, and like look at how it turned out. It's just an added layer of just like that sucks. It's fucked up.
He was like working under the impression like I am making the money for my family. I got to get us like out of the ghetto basically, so that he had some crazy adult pressure on him to provide, but he's literally a child.
God.
Yeah. Sad.
I'm so glad I'm not a child anymore.
I miss being a kid all the time. And
really?
Yeah. Even though not that my childhood was that amazing. I think I just miss like not having to work and not having phones and not having the internet.
Yeah.
And running around barefoot, eating Nutty Buddy bars, not worrying about what I'm eating. Just all of it. Just no worries.
Yeah.
Just being yelled at. Like that was the shitty part. But like everything else was pretty chill.
You know, when I was a kid, the only thing I wanted was to grow up.
Me too, though. Why did you want to grow up? For me, it was like it felt about freedom and about like, yeah, just freedom, I guess.
I think I just always felt grown. Like I always felt like an adult. And it was weird that like I didn't have the respect and the freedom that adults had.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to grow up. I was like, oh my God, why do I have to be a little kid? This sucks.
I'm not one, I promise. But when you look back, you're like, I was a kid? Or are you like, no, I was an adult for real? No, like mentally, when you look back, you're like, I didn't know shit. I was just wanted. Or are you, when you look back, are you like, no, I like was really mature?
I think I was, yeah.
That's funny.
You know, it's so funny. My parents, if you ask them what I was like as a child, they will tell you that I was really serious and I was very stoic. And I was like just an observer. I was like a little spy. Just not like a little kid at all.
You're a little freak. Just kidding. I could totally picture that. I could totally picture that. You're just like doing calculations, just taking it all in.
Yeah, drawing conclusions, writing in my little journals.
Drawing conclusions, making assumptions.
Dude, that was me.
That's hilarious. What is something you have watched recently?
Oh, thank you for asking.
Yes.
I watched the movie Immaculate with Sydney Sweeney, the nun movie.
Oh, how was it?
Okay, let me be so real and honest. Okay, the premise is a pregnant nun, which, number one, and first of all, I love this idea. I love it. It's juicy. There's like weight to it. It's got some nuance. It's very interesting, intrigue.
It's evocative.
And then there can also be, yes. And then there can also be like a lot of things that you can play with religion there too. Mm-hmm. I love it. So, however, based on the trailer, I knew that it wasn't going to be a great movie, unfortunately. And then I was right. It's not that good. Let me tell you exactly why. Okay, so there are many different ways that you can go about a horror movie, of course, and many different ways you can go about getting a nun pregnant. And the way that this movie went about it was just very like, it was so weird. Like it was very beautiful and whimsical, and then in very random and like in seemingly nonsensical ways, it relied on body horror and like a lot of like gore factors that did not fit into the story at all.
Ugh.
And it was just like, why are you forcing like gross out? Like at one point I was like, ugh, this is so nasty, but doesn't add anything to the story.
Yeah. That is such a trend that I'm not a fan of lately. It's just like, look, it's scary. Look, it's gross. And it's like, you can't just show me someone taking a nail off their finger just to like fuck with me.
That's one of the things that she did.
Oh my God. That's always the fucking nails.
But it was like, for what? What's the point? Like we didn't, like there was no lead up to it. And then there was no conclusion after that. It was literally just like, let me grab you and gross you out for a second. And then the whole movie was kind of like that. And then, you know, like there was like whispers of like some cult, like religious, like maybe even naughty behavior going on behind the scenes. There was like whispers of it. And we saw like a couple of scenes where these nuns were wearing like completely red like coverings on their face with their like nun habit, and it looked really cool. It's like, okay, these are like evil nuns. I'm so down for this. But then like nothing came of it. Oh. And it's like, give me some evil, something like I don't know. It was weird. Sydney Sweeney also is not a believable nun, unfortunately.
Too pretty.
She's way too pretty. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't that great. I want to see the other nun movie though, The Omen, which I did not put two and two together that that's a remake.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
I remember watching the original Omen when I was a kid, and it terrified me.
Really? Were you too little?
Yes.
Do you think you were like too young to have seen it?
Yes, I think so.
Even though, as we just discussed, you thought you were grown enough, didn't you?
Look, I wasn't. I still could fear things. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't immune to fear.
Yeah, you weren't a robot about it. Yeah.
But I do. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rewatch the original and then go and watch The Omen. I don't know. Also, The Omen, the trailer is better.
So it's more promising.
It's a little more promising. Yeah, I will report back. I think it comes out next week.
Okay, please do.
Yeah. Yeah. What's something else you watched?
I checked out Problemista.
Fun.
Yes. Have you talked about this on the show yet?
I think so.
Well, I finally got to see it.
Okay.
The premise of this one, for those that haven't seen the trailer, is that there's a guy who's trying to get his visa renewed so that he can stay in the U.S. But the way he's going about doing that is by freelancing for a very unhinged outcast in the art world, Tilda Swinton. And he is Julio Torres. He is a SNL writer, which explains this. The movie is hilarious.
It's so funny.
This movie is like one of my favorites of the year. It
Me
is
too.
so good. I feel like it'll be on my top 10 potentially.
Me too.
I don't know. Not only was it funny, but I really liked what the story was, and I thought it was really well edited. I knew we were in good hands when we see in the beginning the guy that is like in the cryogenic tank and he's like
Oh yeah.
he's like barreling on a sort of a rainbow wormhole, and we see his face, and it's like really it's like wonderful and big and out of this world, and then it like cuts to where we see his tank in the room, and it's just like plugged up in the corner being like like it's just like very sad and normal. That's when I knew we were in good hands.
Yep.
Two things I loved. One, the "I stand with Bank of America" joke.
Oh my God.
Good
Yes.
Lord. Like that felt like a kind of a soapbox moment of him being like, banks suck and here's why.
This is a real life experience that he wrote into his movie, which respect.
Real life, but also like we've all been there. I'm on my probably not all, but like we've all had that overdraft fee hit, and you're like, are you fucking joking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And how it just doesn't make any sense. And not
It doesn't.
only that did he touch on that, but then he touched on like customer service and like what it's like dealing with customer service in the age of the Karen and in the age of the millennial. Like we have two sides of opposite spectrums, which is what this movie is about as well in a big ways, the millennial versus boomer debacle. And just like him being like talking to the Bank of America rep and being like, I'm not like, I know it's not your fault. I'm just speaking to you as a human with empathy. Like that's how it feels sometimes. It's like, can we not connect on that level?
Yeah.
So that was really funny. And overall, the depiction of Tilda Swinton was such one of the best depictions of like boomers, in my opinion.
Dude, she's a terror. She's an absolute terror.
She has her flashlight on her phone the whole time.
So
unbeknownst to her, like her flashlight's just constantly on. And she gets really, really offended when service people like don't do what she wants, basically, to the point where she was just shouting over and over, serve me, serve me, serve me, which I thought was like very funny. It is just like saying the quiet part out loud for them. And one of my favorite scenes was the apology note with,
oh my God. That was my favorite scene.
yeah, it's so good. So Greta Lee is in this scene, and she is like her partner, Tilda Swinton's partner's mistress, but also was in the art world. So they're all tangled up in that way. And she needed a painting that Greta Lee had that her partner had made. And the only way she was going to get it was if she apologized to Greta Lee. And so we see Tilda Swinton hand Greta Lee a letter. Greta Lee reads it, and it's really emotional, and it's so well written. And Greta Lee's performance is so amazing. She starts smiling, and it turns into crying. And then we see Tilda Swinton, who's just making the funniest blank face ever. Like not even blank. Oh, I don't know. She's just making a really funny face. And then we learn later that Julio Torres' character, the millennial, wrote it for Tilda and just was like, you can't read this. I'm just going to give it to her and it's going to fix everything. And that was so just another, as a person with a boomer mom who deserves an apology from her, as we all do, as Everything Everywhere All at Once also touched on. To me, I was like, it felt like a bait and switch of like, oh my God, imagine a boomer writing such a good apology. And it did sound like a millennial in the way that it was just so fucking touching and over the top and just fully owning up to everything. And then to learn that, of course, like that could never happen because he wrote it and not her was just like so fucking funny.
It was so good. It was so genius. It was also the timing of that edit too was comedic genius.
Totally.
God, fucking silly movie. I loved Craigslist.
Yes, like the visual representation of Craigslist.
Yeah. Just like this tangled web of like unicorns and bicycles and
yes, so funny.
This man laying in like a massive like fuzzy glitter palette that's just like, what are you looking for? Like he plays Craigslist. I love it. It's so funny.
That was really amazing. And the music, I love the soundtrack. It was really, really good. And I can't wait to see what the guy makes next.
Me too.
All right.
Same.
What is something else you've watched?
Well, thank you for asking. I watched Last Night with the Devil. Is it Last Night or Late Night? I think it's Last Night with the Devil.
Oh, I've been thinking it's Late Night.
It might be Late Night.
It's Late Night.
What is it? Okay. I watched Late Night with the Devil, which is a really interesting kind of one-act movie. So it all takes place... It's Halloween night, and there is this late night show in like the early 70s, and the ratings are failing. He's competing with Johnny Carson, and he does this final kind of hoorah push for a show because like it's like review week for the network, and so they're talking about if they're going to renew his contract and et cetera, et cetera. And so we are in the studio while he's recording his Halloween episode, and it like plays into the idea of like Hollywood kind of being intertwined with like the occult, or like maybe like the Illuminati a little bit, like selling your soul type deal in order to succeed in Hollywood, that kind of thing. It is really interesting. It was a really entertaining, very interesting movie. I liked that we only had one set. Like we were in the studio the whole time. We only had a handful of characters, and it was just a really interesting premise. I feel like it could have been a play, or like maybe it even was written as a play, is like how it kind of read. But it like gets more and more surprising as it goes on. It gets more and more kind of it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until the end. Like everything just kind of explodes, and it's like he's faced with the consequence of the promise that he has made in order to kind of succeed.
Yeah. It said it's a horror comedy, and I do want to know, do you feel like it's funny?
Yeah, it is funny. He's really good. I forget his name, the main actor. He's really, really talented. I like his face a lot. I mean, I feel like everyone gave a good performance. I would recommend. It's interesting. It is getting a lot of heat, and I want to hear your opinion on this, Annie. So, It's a late night show, so we're watching like the taping of it, but then we're also cutting to like behind the scenes as they're like, we'll be right back for a break. And as they cut to that, there's like these graphics that are like late night with so and so or whatever the show is called. And it has since come out that those screens, those like intercut screens, were AI generated.
Yeah. I heard about this, and I didn't know to what end AI was used, but that makes sense how you're explaining it. And I think it's a bummer. I think it's like there are graphic design artists in the industry, the movie industry specifically. On every movie, there is one usually, every single one.
Yeah.
So it's like they're right there.
For all we know, they're the ones that fed it into the AI.
I think it's better when it comes from a person because AI is just like combing the internet and like regurgitating.
Yeah, it's like nothing that an AI can do is like original.
I think it's kind of a bummer, but if your movie is like this big, like big enough to go to a theater, and I think this is an A24 movie.
Yeah,
maybe,
probably.
Maybe not. I don't know. If it's big enough to get that actor, it's big enough to have a motion graphic artist to make that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It ain't that hard.
It's also just really interesting timing, I think, like especially coming off of the strikes from last year of writers being like, don't replace us with AI.
Right.
And they struck a deal. Designers obviously did not.
Right. I don't know. And everything's just going to keep changing. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Nevertheless, the movie was great. I do recommend. I think you might like it. I think you should wait for it to stream though.
Okay. I was considering going to go see this. But I don't know how much time I have. Well,
if that's real.
Speaking of science, I don't know. I watched the first episode of the 3-Body Problem on Netflix.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I recently saw the trailer for that. Go on.
Yeah. So this is a new series by Benioff and Weiss from Game of Thrones, the showrunners of Game of Thrones, the ones that everyone blamed for Game of Thrones ending so poorly. It was their fault, I think. Yeah. They are now creators of this, the 3-Body Problem. This is based on the Chinese like sci-fi novels. There's 3 of them. Although I don't know how many, or if this is just covering the first one, which is called 3-Body Problem, which I read all of these last year. So perfect timing. Also, the season 2 is coming to New Mexico to film, and
cool.
I think it's already in the works. But here's a description from IMDb. I'm just going to read this because I don't want to spoil anything. A fateful decision in 1960s China echoes across space and time to a group of scientists in the present, forcing them to face humanity's greatest threat. So that is the premise. So far, first impressions, because I've only seen one episode, are that there's a fun cast here. It's shot pretty well. It's on the slower side, but I don't know. It feels like it's both taking its time and like getting to the interesting bits in a pretty good pace. Mm-hmm. And when you're watching it, we're cross-cutting between scenes in the present and scenes from the past in the 60s. And it's like, why are we watching both? Like, why are we watching both of these things?
Yeah.
And like, what is the connection here? And that's how it was in the book. So I'm excited.
Does it not show in episode 1?
Why?
Yeah, does it not show why the two, or like how the two are connected in season 1 or in episode 1? No.
No.
That's frustrating.
I mean, I don't know. I'm curious if you do check it out. I'm curious what you'd think, because I think it's reading as exciting and not frustrating yet. It's like
okay.
Yeah, it's similar to like in Game of Thrones, how you would like, we would be watching something, like learning about someone and be like, how are they going to be involved? And then they do, and it's interesting.
I see.
But with time instead of space. Like,
okay, fine.
Yeah. There is in the book, there is like a VR game as an element to the story. And the way it was described, I was like, how the hell? Like, I don't like how this is described. There's no way that they're going to pull this off and it not be stupid or weird or just like unintelligible. And we got the VR at the end of the first episode. They went inside the game, but only for a brief moment. So TBD, because I feel like that could maybe make or break the show. Like, it could turn it into, wait, this show's dumb and bad, or, oh no, this show's good. So it's hinging on that for me. I will keep watching and report back, but that is where it's at now. And I feel like Netflix is put a lot into this one because they have like a custom Netflix logo at the beginning, you know, where it goes like with the it's custom, and that makes me think Netflix cares about it.
Okay. Rare for Netflix.
Rare.
Sounds promising.
We'll see. I'll report back.
Okay. Well, that's all I got.
All right. Well, that has been this week's Movie Mavens Diary. If you have a suggestion, an entry suggestion for the diary, aka you want us to watch something, hear our thoughts about it, just let us know.
Hit us up on Instagram at Movie Mavens, or write us an email at moviemavenspodcast@gmail.com. And that's it. Movie Mavens all the way out.